And we're back. This week, we're heading to BC's Golden Triangle to meet up with Brad Rourke and check out Scotty Resources. Stewart, BC is a historic gold and silver town that started in the early 1900s. And even today, mining infuses every part of the area from the ground up. It might look like a tourist town today. We see old mining equipment converted to flower planters. But really, the way of life here has been totally shaped by mining, and it's the primary industry supporting the town today. We're staying in an old mining town that's been converted to a hotel, and it's really cool. We've got an old post office, we've got an old prospector shop, we've even got an old brothel. Hello? Is anybody home?
The hotel is the Ripley Creek Inn. It's a compilation of about 12 different buildings, historic buildings that we've cobbled together over the last 20 years. The oldest would be a 1910, which was the original Stewart family home. From its inception, mining put the town on the map, and there's a 50-year history with the original Premier mine. Tourism is probably 75% of our business, which made it a very difficult year. Coronavirus certainly impacted our business. In fact, if it wasn't for some exploration business, which was pretty active this year, we probably would have had maybe a 5% occupancy.
I was just looking out the window of my room, and you can literally see core, abandoned core, just stacked up in the backyard. And it's everywhere all over this town. It's under the buildings, it's under trees, and it really goes to speak of the mining history here in Stewart. Look at this place. There are mining companies everywhere. Mining company, core shack. Mining company, core shack. There are trucks driving down the street. There are tractors driving down the street. It is everywhere. Scotty is located less than an hour from the town of Stewart, but to get there, we actually have to briefly leave Canada and drive through the town of Hyder, Alaska. A throwback to bygone gold rushes, Hyder is completely isolated from the rest of Alaska and only has 87 residents. The drive up to site is spectacular, with abundant wildlife and breathtaking views. 25 kilometers from Stewart is the Salmon Glacier, a regular tourist destination in the summer months and one of the largest road access glaciers on the planet. Located just down the road is the historic Scotty Gold Mine, which produced nearly 100,000 ounces in the 1980s. Today, it is a bustling hub of excitement. Brad, we're at the historic Scotty Gold Mine now. On the way here, we saw a ton of infrastructure, old mine carts, old adits, rails that are still there. What is the significance of where we are today?
This is the site of our very first camp. We had a 6-man exploration crew here. I did all the cooking. But what we wanted to be here for, we wanted to be really close to the M Zone, which produced all the gold in the past.
And so for the 3 years of production, that's where all the gold
95% of the production that Scotty produced comes out of a vein that comes out of those 3 adits there, and that was basically the M Zone.
We're surrounded by boxes of core right here. What's the importance of that?
When we started clearing out this area, we found a bunch of core, so that was added to our model. So we've been taking all this paper data, putting it into a computer model, but when we found this core, we didn't know it existed. And in the past, what our consultants wanted to do was do full elemental surveys. So we found this core, we relogged it, and it's really the basis of our hypothesis and the model that we've built.
So looking around us, you know, it looks like a large expanse of land. This is the original Scotty property, but it's only 400 hectares, right? And you've grown a lot since then. So why did you do that?
Well, I was just taking advice from the institutional side of this business, of which I was familiar with in past industries. They just said, Brad, you know, the geology is fantastic, but 400 hectares isn't going to excite a major company or a major financial partner. What they want to see is a lot more running room. And so I just kind of went to work and started building things that would be attractive to the state of the market of the time.
And how big are you today?
We're at 24,500 hectares roughly right now, but most importantly, this original 400 hectares is now contiguous almost 10,000, which will give us the status of a district scale piece of land.
This is great, but how can we better understand the future potential for Scotty?
Well, I think most of production or exploration before was on that M zone. We really wanted to expand that. One of the things we're most excited about, of which I'm going to send you out with Thomas Mumford, our VPX, is we're going to go over top of that mountain over to the new Domino zone that we identified last year, and we're giving a good drill program this year. I think the potential, if this is the same as the other side of the mountain, you know, and we're testing that theory right now, and if that can play out, I think people can get really excited.
Thomas Mumford is a PhD geologist and the VP of Exploration at Scotty. Today he's going to be showing me the projects and talking about the future of the company.
Get in the helicopter, we're going to take it up, we're going to fly over, look at the Scotty Gold Mine.
Okay.
We're going to go look at the Domino showing, we're going to set down, and we'll go take a look at the drilling that they're doing right now. Then we're going to fly down south over our claims, come back up the Salmon Glacier, and come back around home. Most of our exploration work has been focused on the Domino zone. We've been expanding that out and doing a lot of superficial sampling around there.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I've had a chance to ride in a lot of helicopters, but never with views like this. The terrain is steep and the glacier is massive. So what is the significance of where we are right now?
We're on the Domino zone. So this is on the other side of the Scotty Mountain. So if Scotty tunnels basically kept going through the mountain, you would come out on this side of the mountain. So we've gone up and over the ridge and landed here.
And how far away are we actually from the original mine?
2 kilometers. So if you pushed a tunnel 2 kilometers from Scotty, you would pop out on this side of the mountain. This area was discovered back in 1991. They called it the sulfide zone. They had a few hand samples up here that ran some grade. Pretty excited about it. They went to drill it. They got weathered out and they never actually drilled the target.
We can see the drill getting set up there for another hole. You know, how much have you drilled here this year?
So we've put about 17 holes into the ground this year, over, you know, about 400 meters of strike length on this and over about 200 meters of width. So our kind of goal is, you know, we have Scotty Gold Mine. We know that's an asset and it has abundant resources there. We're over 2 kilometers away and we're proving up this here at Domino, and then we're using geophysics to kind of give us a sign that there's something connecting these two between them.
Is there any reason to think that the mineralization you're seeing here connects through to the original mine?
Yeah, we've got a lot of signs of that. We've got the major structure for one. Scotty runs east-west to northwest, and we're right due west of it. We've also got very similar mineralization styles on it. We've got pyrrhotite, pyrite-rich veins here at surface, and we've got comparable grades. You know, bonanza grades down, 10 grams a ton, 30 grams a ton. I took the best sample of my life last year here, was 536 grams a ton in a grab sample out of an outcrop just down over the hill there.
So assuming you can find positive drill results here, you can confirm that, how do you tie these two areas together, here and then the original mine 2 kilometers away?
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of glaciers, kind of, you noticed that as we came up over the hill there, blocking the way between there. So what we're doing right now is we're doing a bunch of geophysics over the area to see if we can have some side of anomalous feature in the middle that we can kind of use to correlate between the two deposits. We're flying a new EM survey through the air right now. So that's helicopter based. It's got a big spindle on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That's going to give us a lot of geophysics through the area. And then we've done induced polarization IP survey on the ground as well.
And so if the drilling lines up, if the geophysics lines up, what is the implication for the size of this deposit? What are the potential for that?
Yeah, so Scotty itself, when it produced back in the 1980s, it was producing at 1/2 ounce a ton, and it produced 100,000 ounces. If we're able to show a story where, you know, Domino connects to Scotty, 2 kilometers of strike length, if we have a comparable width, we're a multi-million ounce deposit at this point.
Potential discoveries at this scale offer investors a chance at truly asymmetric returns, and it is exactly what I look for when investing my own money. This is a time domain EM loop. They use it to fly electromagnetic surveys, hence the term EM. And a helicopter will pull this up into the air, it'll fly it around the property, around 50 meters from the ground, and they're able to use that to identify geophysical anomalies, and then that'll help inform future drilling programs for the project. I like a helicopter ride or a pretty glacier as much as the next guy. But before I put my money in a deal, I want to be sure management has a plan to create shareholder value. Brad, this has been an awesome site visit. Scotty's had a great run over the last several years. You've gone from something like 7 cents a share to over 40 cents a share. What can new investors expect? Is there any upside left for us?
Well, I think we're just getting started, Jamie. I mean, the three things that you look at when you want to invest in these junior mining companies, you know, you want jurisdiction. We've got that in spades. Team. We've got most of our people been here third year on the project, and drill holes. Well, we're following up on a successful drill program from 2019. We more than tripled it. And those results, we haven't even put one out yet, but they're coming immediately. So I think from now until the end of the year, you're going to see drill results, which is what people want to see when they invest in these junior programs. So I would say that we're just getting started.
You've drilled something like 7,000 meters this year, which is great, but what can we expect to see out of Scotty over the next 12 months or the next 24 months for long-term investors?
Well, with our team, I mean, what they're really excited about is the data, right? And then the more data we can get, the better we can understand these geological settings. So not only do we have the drill program coming, which helps us further the model, we've done a lot of EM, we've done IP, and we also continued with our surface mapping. And so I think, you know, we keep getting bigger and bigger and understand more and more each year. So I go, we're just starting. We plan to be here for the next 5 years and explore this wonderful area.
What would you tell a new investor looking at buying Scotty for the first time?
Well, I mean, we'd appreciate you if you did. I mean, we're here, we're diligently doing the work. We're doing the things that people want to see done, and you know, we're a good team, we're a success, and we can you want to bet on horses that keep winning.
I've been thinking about investing in the Golden Triangle for several years now, but I've never been able to pull the trigger because I've not been able to get over the concerns I have with climate, with access, and with the general challenges of working in this part of the world, which is why I feel like this trip has been a major game changer for me. Getting to see the infrastructure they have on site, the massive land package that they've built, and really just what I would consider a phenomenal team they've put together has really encouraged me. And when I see Brad and Thomas getting excited about drill results coming out after being at this for 5 years, it's really exciting because you rarely see management teams with this kind of energy. I think they have both the dedication and the knowledge and skill sets necessary to build value for shareholders. This is it, all of Stewart, BC, 500 people. The quintessential Canadian mining town. Beautiful glacier view, yard full of sea cans. Now that we can't leave the country because of coronavirus, I think I'm gonna have to buy one of these things and just do a tour of every mine project in Canada. The thing I love about mining is that you can come out to a place like this, drill a few holes in the ground, and potentially find something worth billions of dollars. It's basically modern day treasure hunting.
On top of finding good gold, I think we built the best outhouse on the planet Earth. Come here, let's have a look. View of the Salmon Glacier. This is built solid. Oh, geez, sorry, Jamie.
Come on, guys.